Welcome to the Solemn YuGiOh channel. Today we are talking about 5 tips to invest in YuGiOh. Now, once again, I am no financial advisor. If you need financial advice, go to a financial advisor with an actual license. Now, lately, I have been seeing a lot of people who want to get into trading, card game, investing. You know, it's hot right now, and so everyone's jumping on it. Basically, crypto 2017, was it? Watch out. So I wanted to just give some general tips so people don't get burned, especially on modern product. So tip number 1, and this is the most boring one that everyone can see coming: research. Holy shit, it's boring. I get it. It's not fun. But do research. Watch every video on this channel. Watch other channels. But don't just go to your local store, buy a booster box and say you're investing. It doesn't work like that. Learn the actual market. Learn where these cards have been going from 2015, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It's really important. Look up what investors are actually investing in. Look up price history. Look up how rare things actually are. Don't blindly believe one YouTuber, not even me, just telling you like, oh, go buy Ghost Rare Raw to the moon. Like, don't be an idiot about it. Research. If you haven't done 100 hours of research, you do not buy a single card. I know this is boring, but God, it's important. Number 2, never trust conditions from sellers. What do I mean by that? A seller is putting up a raw card, let's say a nice first edition Pharaoh's Servant Jinzo. Very nice card, very nice look. Beautiful investment. However, they're saying near mint or mint. And you go, wow, so this guy is selling his Jinzo for 100 and it's mint. So if I get it graded into a 10, it's suddenly worth 2,000. So that's a $1,900 profit right there. I'm so smart. Buy. No, if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. Sellers consistently lie about conditions of cards. All the time. Now, some people may say, oh, it's only on Card Market that they really do that. Oh, no, it's actually on TCG. No, it's fucking everywhere. You buy a card on eBay, TCG Player, Card Market, Troll and Toad, I don't give a fuck. Every single seller is a liar, okay? Every single seller is a liar. All of these places, except for I guess Troll and Toad, have different sellers. I've actually seen people claim like, yeah, on Card Market they always lie about conditions. Do you understand that Card Market has tens of thousands of different sellers? You're telling me that all of those tens of thousands of sellers are lying. But then on TCG Player, those tens of thousands of often the same sellers, but often also different sellers, are not liars. Don't be a fucking idiot. Now sure, there's 1 or 2 that will always be correct on their conditions, but very often they're not. And so you're buying all these raw cards that are mint or near mint. You send them into PSA and they're all fucking 6s. You just got fucked. You're not able to move those 6s, no matter how much you hope you can. And you got fucked, especially because PSA just increased their prices for submissions. So not only did you just pay 100 for a PSA 4 Jinzo, raw, of course, like if it's actually a 4, you can breed it. But you just bought a raw Jinzo that's gonna turn into a 4, you paid 100 and you're also paying 50 for the grading. You paid 150 for a card you won't even be able to move for 30 or something like that. So never trust conditions of sellers. I literally, and I'm probably hated for this so much, on Card Market, on TCG Player, all these fucking places, I message the seller and I go, hey, send me pictures of your card X, whichever one I'm looking for from them, in multiple angles, under multiple lights, front and back. If they don't, I don't buy. Because they might say, oh, it's near mint, it's near mint. But consistently, 70% of the pictures I get are not the condition that they were listed as. God, I have a really good example of this actually. Wait 1 sec. There we go. I could have gotten a refund, but I didn't want to because I love how good of a example this card is. So we have our Injection Fairy Lily, LOD Unlimited. I don't know why I went for an unlimited, so dumb. But so this was listed as near mint. A near mint, whoa, near mint. For so little money. I really didn't pay a lot, but for a near mint I was getting a steal, right? I was getting a steal. Let's go for our near mint. Can we see that? I think even here from the camera, you can already see this massive crease, but zoom in. There we go. Near mint. Oh yeah, baby. What a near mint, beautiful card. This is easily a PSA 9 right here. PSA 8, near mint. So again, near mint. And I have a bunch of examples like this, but let's not get you bored. I have bought hundreds of cards, maybe more actually. They all lie. Why? Because the average idiot won't check and won't care. They'll get it, they'll put it in their binder, and that's it. But if you're trying to invest and get these graded, you're fucked. That's not near mint. I overpaid despite getting a deal. Check for conditions. Even one picture is not enough because there's a front and back. So at least two, but often that is not enough because if there's like a pressure point, you don't really see that if they hold it in the light correctly. I fought with sellers. They send me the picture. I say, sorry, it's not for me, it's too damaged. They go, damage? This is not damage. It's near mint, blah, 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 blah. No. So I hope I wrapped up that point nicely. Tip number 3, buy vintage. Now, I am not saying you can't make money on modern products, but the likelihood that you will is extremely low. If you are Jimmy, yeah, we can't take Timmy, that would be MTG. We're not MTG players. If you take Jimmy right here, he's not like Bobby. Bobby is a high-level intellectual CEO. He has plenty of money. He will go straight to the vintage. But Jimmy thinks he's an investor. Jimmy thinks he's smart. Jimmy thinks, you know, Bobby is playing with these $150,000 cards, but I have a local game store and I can go buy a Rage of Ra box and it could have the Ghost Rare Ra. And now, once I pull that, which I obviously will, it's not like it's one in, how many boxes are in those cases? I don't really know. I don't really care. You know, the odds are not in your favor, but even if you pull it, yeah, right now it's only 300, but you know, I'll just make it sit and one day it'll be just like the Charizard. No, you fucking idiot, it won't, because everyone's keeping them in great condition, getting them graded. You'll have an insane amount of pop, except for the fact that they often have scratches from like Konami's shitty ass quality control, but even then, you can also still get fucked by that shitty ass quality control. So you don't buy modern fucking cards and say you're investing. Sorry. But again, if you are a vendor, if you buy constantly on smart dips and you're like, oh, I can get my distributor to send it to me for 50% off because I buy 2,000 cases and stuff like that, sure, you're gonna make money. The store is obviously gonna make money. But if you're just little Jimmy on his laptop, you're not. So just get that out of your head. The amount of people I see right now going to fucking Walmart in the US and buying these ETBs from Champions Pad, buying them up like at fucking MSRP because they're investing in Pokemon, hoping for a Charizard where the pull rates aren't even that great, they're barely breaking even, and then they're like, oh, I'm gonna sit on them, you know, because, you know, the other Charizard is 150,000, so this one, surely, you know, it won't be 150,000, but in a few years, 20 years, you know, it'll be 70 for sure. Shut the fuck up, it's not. The amount of people that are making this mistake right now because of YouTubers that are feeding them lies, they're like, oh, we're profiting off this box, you guys, is asinine. Okay, once you do your research and once you know all this shit about it and you're gonna be a quick flipper and you wanna open a store and you're gonna be a vendor, go ahead with your modern. But if not, stick to vintage. Be sure about it. It's extra conservative. It's not as sexy. You can't open your box on YouTube and go like, we pulled it, sorry, but it is far more rational. Tip number 4, buy first edition. Now, I have already made a video about this, but the TLDR is unlimited vintage stuff isn't vintage very often because the unlimited stuff was reprinted in 2010, 17, 18 and so forth. And so when you buy a card from LOB that's unlimited, very likely it's a card from Walmart 2018. That is not vintage. There is so much of that out there. It's not rare. There's nothing special about it. Don't waste your money on modern crap, essentially. Right now, some of these cards may be quite high because there's a lot of unsophisticated people who don't understand that these unlimited were reprinted. So like, sure, if you opened some of them now and just quickly sold them before people realized, good. But once these first eds go really high and the unlims, you know, they just won't because everyone who's smart with money knows that these are overprinted, they will never follow. It is literally impossible. Watch out with that. Stick to first edition if you're going vintage. And then finally, buy sealed. Now, I barely do this. I own a couple sealed things, but compared to like my single cards, it's complete garbage. I really should, but I just don't care enough. But it's just a tip I want to give you. If you don't want to deal with buying cards raw, getting them graded, hoping you got the right card, hoping you didn't get scammed, hoping it's not an Asian English or blah, 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 all this crap. If you don't want to deal with any of this, if you don't want to deal with all the BS that goes into this stuff and research and all that crap, buy a sealed first edition booster box. It is very hard to go wrong. If the cards inside go up, the box moves with it. The only thing you need to watch out for is that the box isn't fake, because there are fakes. China and whatever, all these countries have made fake versions of these boxes in the past. But if they're not fake, they are the most safe thing you can honestly get, in my opinion. But again, it is not financial advice. I'm just saying, like, if I right now had 5K and I already have stock and I already have no debt and I have all this other stuff, the boring financial stuff that's really important, already figured out, I would 100% go for a Magic Ruler booster box first edition sealed or something like that in that category. That's just me. You can absolutely start gambling on some of these cards, but you know, it's far less conservative, far less safe. That is all. Hope you found this interesting. Like, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Ciao.